fun fan questions for Avenged Sevenfold. I'm just going to read them because they're way better than what I would ask. It's not true. All right, this comes from Marianne S. in Atlanta, Georgia. Considering that this album is very different from what you guys have done and different from almost everything out right now, were any of you nervous about fans' reactions when the album dropped?
Maybe a little bit. You know, we always want our fans to be happy, and we've constantly evolved, I think, since the beginning, and, you know, some people are receptive to it and others aren't. So, of course, you have to just accept that. But our fans have just been absolutely great, especially on this transition, and they're totally backing it. We have 100% of their support.
I wasn't nervous because after the reaction City of Evil got,
it was pretty bad.
I knew it couldn't be worse than that.
Yeah, really?
When we released City of Evil, like, kids were like, they just couldn't believe it because it was just so different, and it found an audience. You know, it obviously sold a bunch of records, and it did great for us. And so on this one, you know, I knew it was different, but I know that it takes time for everyone to get used to it. You know, like when my favorite band puts out something brand new, you know, we've been working on it for a year, so it's not so new to us. It's like very natural to us. To them, the last thing they heard was City of Evil. This comes out. I know it's going to be different. It just takes a little bit of time for it to get in there and kids to understand it, and then they all start coming back and like, okay, I love this.
Yeah.
And so it just takes a little bit of time, but you see the beginning comments, and it's always like,
it's always hard when you're like, when it's your band, you know.
Yeah, and
you've been with them since the beginning, and they're like, I've been since then, you know.
Yeah.
How dare you change what you did?
Yeah, yeah. and a lot of them a lot of times they miss the point on what you're trying to do, and they have these opinions about, these opinions, and they're just like off base, you know. And when they don't really see where you're coming from, but eventually it gets out there, and they all come back, and it's a good time. But
yeah,
there's actually a good reaction to this record.
Evolution is important for a band.